It's Monday, and we have multiple medias to show off. So many medias across multiple mediums. Media is the plural of medium. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, hey.
I've learned. I'm educated, and I hate knowing. I don't want to know a damn thing. Get out of here.
I'm watching our bitrate fluctuate, going from green to yellow to orange to green. Okay. That's good. We'll take that.
Yeah.
This is going to go totally fine. This is going to set the tone for the rest of the week, which is a good thing, because it's going to go completely perfectly, and everybody will be totally happy with what they see today. I promise.
Completely normal, folks. Before we get started, real quick, I want to thank some folks for resubscribing. Thank you, Proxy Glitchcat, for the 31-month resub. Holy shit. I am here for fully mysterious visuals. Oh,
Me
these are
too.
mysterious.
Thank you.
Thank you, Whoop Fun Whoop. They've been subscribed. Holy shit, 25 months? What fresh hell will I be introduced to today? Good shit.
Thank you. I have no idea what to expect either.
Thank you, SSFSX17, for the 27-month resub.
That's a lot of months.
Thank you, Bad Idea, for the 29 months. And thank you, No Problems. Holy shit. Oh, wait, 47 months. All the media you could ask for. Thank you.
That's another way of pronouncing it.
Also, I forgot to mention Bad Idea's message, which is Cookie is a little girl.
Yeah,
she is.
An important reminder. You know, we never stopped playing multimedia since Wednesday of last week.
It never ends.
Ended up skipping the next stream, so yeah, we're going from multimedia to yet more media in multiple forms. Oh my god, I have no idea what's going to come today. That's Alex. Alex is completely in control of today's lineup.
Yes.
I've never heard of these games before. I'm just here to react and to, I don't know, pull the plug when it goes off the rails.
Fantastic. Thank you, Spincut, for the 100 bits. Some stabilizing bits to his P Spectrum.
Nice, thank you. It worked.
It did, thank you.
All right, Alex, so what can you tell me about this series?
Okay. These are two games. It's a series of two FMV games put out by, I think developed by Activision, or at least put out by Activision here in the States. They kind of made them back to back. There are two FMV mystery games. Not a lot of info about them.
I know all about FMV, and I've never heard of these in my life. Like, I know all the console FMV games. I can at least remember most FMV PC games, or PC games that use live-action video in the 90s. These are new to me. These are entirely new to me. Apparently, they have some degree of notoriety, or notability at least, because Riverhill Soft localized these for release in Japan.
Yeah.
Riverhill Soft of the J.B. Harold Murder Club series, I believe, along with other murder mysteries. They saw something in these games, and they decided to localize them. So there's probably some kind of quality here. That's about all I can say.
It's interesting. These are also, very few games are kind of set in the Southwest like this. Like, in a lot of FMV games are set in the Southwest, but it's usually like cowboy times, so it's nice to see something more like modern. Oh, and thank you, Teeter Tatter, for the 2-year resub. 24 months, thank you. Multimedia's entertainment that rocks my world. We're all going to be rocking today.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's a pretty interesting way of putting it, because a lot of these FMV games, some of the first ones were Mad Dog McCree, which typically traded in Old West stereotypes and stuff like that. Here we get to see a similar dusty setting, but in a more modern context. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to see how that contrasts with what we've seen in the Mad Dog series.
So we're going to be going through both games. The first game in the series, there's one walkthrough for this series, and it's for the second game, and it's on some random website called The Spoiler, and it's not even on GameFAQs. I had to dig. So we're gonna...
Did it have a disclaimer on it being like, no, GameFAQs do not steal my walkthrough?
No, it didn't. You'd be surprised if it did.
Wow.
So we're going to be going through a bit of the first game, which is Santa Fe Mysteries, The Elk Moon Murder. Totally blind. No idea what I'm doing. We will probably get soft lock, because there are a lot of ways to soft lock yourself in these games.
Okay, we're going to get killed by elks.
And then the sequel, the second game, came out the next year, and that one is the Santa Fe Mystery Sacred Ground. That one I have a walkthrough for. I don't think I'm going to get through the entire thing, but I'll be able to at least give a good look through of how you actually play the game. The first game, I'm just going to play like an idiot. So.
That sounds good. A nice pair of contrasting playthroughs. Thank you, Arpaga, for 24 months.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
Almost 2 whole years. Incredible. Just incredible. Thank you.
Are these games culturally sensitive, or should we prepare ourselves? They are better than the Old West style games, but they are probably problematic in different new ways. So just prepare yourself.
We're all going to discover this on our own at the same time, so it'll be a nice surprise. Oh,
shall we?
We shall. Let's do this.
Okay.
Here we see an accurate representation of the Earth outside right now. I was mentioning to Alex that our cat went outside for like 5 seconds because he likes to go in the front yard and feel like a big man. And today he went in the dirt and just rolled around in it. He is filthy now. This indoor cat who is indoors like 24 hours a day, only goes out for like 1 minute to sniff the grass. Now he is just full of dirt. And that's what that reminds me of that we're looking at right now.
Oh, there are walkthroughs of these on YouTube? Good. Okay, I only saw the one, like, text one when I went to Google, so...
Yeah, this menu could use some moisturization.
All right, so, new game, let's go.
All right, join us, everybody, as we solve the mystery of Santa Fe. Oh, it's scanline.
It's all scanline, by the way. The original looks like this, too.
Just like Club Dead.
It's very Club Dead-esque, but not crazy.
Wait, this is just a Sopranos theme song. Whoa, now it's not.
His rocks, man! Yeah! Hold on, I had to turn it down.
Oh my god. Dude. Did you draw that?
It's Weber. We've got a 187. Anna Elkmoon's been murdered, and it's all over the news. Get down to headquarters pronto.
There's murder, and it's all over the news.
Fans of Anna Elkmoon, one of the Southwest's most celebrated potters, are gathering here outside of her home in Santa Vera to pay their respects.
They killed a potter?
The foremost practitioner of the popular Santa Vera pottery style, Elkmoon was found dead early this morning in her studio by her husband, Jack Gordon, a professor at the university. Police are releasing few details, but it is believed the subject suffered fatal gunshot wounds. No suspects have been identified as of yet. This is Teresa Chavez for KITT Channel 6 News.
Wow, just throws you right into the action. I have to let the cat out. Come on, Tess. Oh, did you change your mind? She changed her mind. Good. Was that Professor Percy?
Yeah! This music!
The cat has changed her mind again. We're gonna let her out.
Okay, bye, Tess. So here's the thing about this game. Everything is in real time in the sense that when you talk to people, time passes, and you can waste time talking to people and going to the wrong places, and you won't be able to finish the game. So.
That actually does sound a lot like Club Dead, since we're continuing to draw parallels there. Yeah, that was the case in Dracula Unleashed, Club Dead. Just on you, they got you on a strict timetable, and you can end up in a Walking Dead state.
All right. Also, once again, let us know if the audio needs to be adjusted, too loud, too quiet, and all that. So here's our PDA. Let's take a look. You can do help, case file.
Is this an Apple Newton?
Mail. No, it's the SFPD, the Santa Fe PD.
Oh, we already got it spoiled. It turns out the murderer is Elmo.
No!
Well, we'll just pretend to be surprised.
Okay, I'm done. I'm being
Case
a dickhead.
files. Okay.
Okay, let's get out of here. Get out of here. Get. Do I need to hit quit?
Don't you remember how to turn off a Santa Fe PDA, Alex? These things were all over the place in 1995. And now you're just poking at it like a caveman.
I am!
You don't even know how to use it.
You hit quit. Let's go to police headquarters.
All right, let's turn ourselves
Heading back to headquarters. Over.
Copy that, D-52.
I thought you'd never get here.
Hey, it's Skinner from X-Files.
One thing's for sure. Anna Elkmoon had some friends in pretty high places. I've already heard from the governor's office, the honchos in the legislature, and the regional director of the FBI. Everybody wants answers. I told them I got my best people working on the case. Just don't make a liar out of me, huh? Now, there's not a lot I can tell you here. The victim was found in her studio by her husband at approximately 5 a.m. bullet in her brain.
Eee.
And they both went to the public hearing on the casino project last night. When they got home, she went straight to her studio to work. Detective Nice Guy, come on in.
What?
I'm just filling your partner in here. Anyway,
He's not named Nice Guy.
It's Night Sky.
Oh, okay. I heard Nice Guy.
Same.
At least $2,000, according to Gordon. He says his wife hated banks, and she always carried a wad with her. Now, let's get this straight. I'm giving you overall authority for this case. But since the victim is a Native American living off tribal lands, we've got to tread lightly here. So I'd like Night Sky to do most of the talking. Comprende? All right. Now, I'm also assigning a Sergeant Rebecca Orlando to do the legwork, checking alibis for you. Night Sky, tell them about that new gadget we got there, that PDA, Personal Digital, what?
PDA, Chief. Personal Digital Assistant.
Tell us more.
These will keep us in touch with headquarters day or night. The lab can beep us for test results, or if the chief needs to talk to us...
All right. We got a murder case to solve here.
You asked him to...
Excuse me?
If you can't figure this thing out. Now remember, I got half the state breathing down my neck. I want answers, and I want the right ones. The FBI's already making noises about jurisdiction. I can only guarantee you people 5 days to crack this before the big boys muscle in.
Is it Duckett from Deep Space Nine?
Yes, that's Gold to Cat. That's Mark
All the right
Alamo.
leads, your 5 days will get eaten up with chit-chat and blind alleys. And I don't want you people hanging out with those nutcases at the Mongoose Tavern. Everybody down there thinks they're Sam Spade. Don't be standing around here. Come on, let's get going.
So we're definitely going to the Mongoose Tavern.
Yeah. We gotta go talk to the army of Sam Spades. I hope they actually talk like that.
All right, so we can go. Our PDA's
Your
beeping.
PDA's
Let's
going
go.
off. You're blowing up.
Detective Rebecca Orlando here, reporting for duty. Hey, detectives, forensics will be closing off the crime scene in 7 hours, so you better get over there, pronto. Only 5 days to solve the mystery. Good luck. Time flies in Santa Fe.
Okay. So I have 5 days to solve the mystery.
So far, this game seems at least a little bit interested in portraying non-white culture as well. So that's nice.
It is. It's interesting. No, that was one of the reasons I wanted to try this, because I was like,
Yeah. If
It
this was a
could be
3DO
good.
game, it would just be nothing but stereotype jokes, just right from the beginning. But
Mm-hmm.
here, we might actually have something.
okay, there's the Elk Moon Studio. Won't let me go to the Mongoose Tavern yet because they are cowards.
Damn.
Let me.
Is this what a typical town in Santa Fe looks like? It's very dusty.
It's very noisy. There's Cocopelli flutes everywhere.
They just have 'em sticking up out of
on
the
our
ground.
way to Jack Gordon's, over.
10-4.
All right, what do we have here?
This is the Elk movie
Elk Moon
studio. Oh, okay. That's where the
Dr.
Elks-
Jack Gordon next door.
I wonder where he is.
So PC98 Jr., who introduced me to this game, do you hear pan flutes all the time in New Mexico? Is it just constant? Okay, that wasted some... Oh, hi.
If we could begin with your name and occupation, relationship to the victim.
Jack Gordon. I teach anthropology at the University of New Mexico.
You're looking for Mulder.
Can you describe the events?
That was his
last
wife,
night?
apparently.
Oh, okay.
Can you describe the events of last night?
Of course. Ann and I went to the casino hearing at 7:30. For my own part, I wasn't too keen on going. Anna's taken a fair amount of heat for moving off the Pueblo and marrying a white man.
Just listen to coyotes falling off cliffs.
A lot of folks thought her...
What beautiful
opposition
noise they
to
make, the
casino was
creatures of the
actually
night.
backfiring, that any Indian who's had the success she's had doing her own type of non-traditional art had no right to beat the preservationist drum. I mean, she's accused of hypocrisy and much worse. I thought she was asking for it. But nothing scared Hannah. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind, and last night was certainly no different. She got a good reception till after it broke up.
What happened after the meeting?
She had a run-in with Roy.
Roy?
Roy Altmoon, her ex-husband, and if I'm not mistaken, her murderer.
What did he do exactly?
We were in the parking lot. He snuck up out of the darkness, started ranting. Said Anna had hidden assets during the settlement hearing.
Well, who doesn't do that? Just run up ranting in the middle of the night.
About assets?
And we drove off. Now,
Alex, my assets!
A pissing match with a skunk.
What makes you think Roy killed her?
Roy was a wife beater. He put Anna in the hospital once that I know of.
He's drinking a
Broke her right
lot.
arm.
Yeah, starting
Anna was
early, too.
desperate. Roy never could let go. And for the most part, Anna ignored it. I think that made him even crazier. He might actually stop drinking.
Throw it dramatically on the ground like Dracula. Do it. Do it. Ah. That's an unfortunate frame they stopped.
No way! Look at his teeth.
I know.
Teeth. Okay.
You think he went to the developers and was like, can you not emphasize my teeth in this one scene?
You drove home after the meeting?
We must have gotten home about 10:30. I went in the house to bed to watch TV, and I went out to work in the studio. She's been all gung-ho about this pot she's been cleaning for Astrid Ames. It's some super valuable piece that's being returned to the Pueblo. You know, for all I know, that's what they were after.
Some pot, huh?
Anyway, I must have fallen asleep. The next thing I know, I wake up and there's television static. It's 5 a.m. and Anna's not there. I went out to the studio. That's when I found her.
You poured yourself another glass.
Just more.
You're not going to be able to talk in 5 seconds.
Real quick, I forgot to thank Sir Gawain for the 8-month resub. Thank you so much. That was a good font earlier.
For sure.
And thank you, Proxy Glitchcat, for the 500 bits. I also wish that the police had a quit button. So we have some questions. Again, each question takes time.
This seems pretty high quality so far. As people noted in the chat, there was a flub in at least one of those lines. I noticed one in the intro too. So I don't know. It seems pretty professional, even though they may not have done many takes. I just noticed, is that a sundial up there in the corner?
Yes, the clock is a sundial.
You got to learn how to read the sundial in Santa Fe.
I think Ides Emerged earlier said that the UE is very Hey Dude inspired.
It is.
You didn't hear anything? Gunshots?
No. Anna said I could sleep through Armageddon.
They call me One Take Tony.
What'd you watch on TV?
You say you watched TV when you got home.
A letter when I got in. And then the beginning of the 11 o'clock news. Last thing I remember is a truck crash. I don't know, around 25.
You want me to talk to anyone else?
Is there anyone else you think might shed some light on all of this?
And I'd been working with an anti-casino group. I forget the name. It was run by this young guy named Paul Balin. They've been spending a lot of time together the last few weeks. You could ask him. He might have an idea or two.
She hooking up with Paul Bunyan? I can see why. He's a pretty big guy.
Of course.
Who's McCourse?
Of course, it's this guy that Anna used for the guard.
Paul Bunyan, the famous anti-casino activist.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, he harassed us for a while. Kept calling all hours of the night, claiming we owed him money. This was 4 months back.
Okay, so it seems like everyone had a motive to murder this woman.
At least that's what this guy makes it sound like. Mm-hmm. He immediately was all like, the guy I think did it is definitely not me. It's this other guy. Not me, by the way.
It's the ex-husband and the casino group and some guy who said we owed us money. Don't worry about it.
Our condolences, Mr. Gordon. We'll be in touch.
Comments. Yeah, let's see what Detective Night Sky has to say.
That guy really knows how to booze it up. Looks like he likes his Scotch whiskey. What do you think, partner? Think he did it?
I was kind of hoping you would get more from that than that.
His relationship is husband, correct?
Maybe, yeah. Well,
Motive?
ex-husband was also on there too.
I don't know. I'm moving on from this. This is, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to say he's the guy.
Hey, Smebble, welcome.
Welcome, Smebs.
Welcome to Santa Fe. So you're profiling this guy in a way similar to what you might do in the Carmen Sandiego series, maybe?
It is like that. You have to figure out who they are and what their motive was by the end of the game. Can I go in? Oh, she's just still there, dead.
Oh, all right. Well, at least
I found some evidence.
At least they didn't disturb the crime scene.
Okay, I got a cigarette. What's that? Just a twirling gun? Let's take a picture of the cigarette.
Good.
And order forensics report.
And smoke the rest of it. Don't let it go to waste.
Okay. Let's go back. What else we got?
It was that smoking rat. I knew it.
Well, I guess we should look at the dead woman.
Yeah, do we have gloves or
nah.
a crime kit?
Geesh. I don't want... Okay, I'll examine the bullet wound. Oh, it's 15 minutes to take a picture? No, thank you. I don't have time to waste. No way. I'm not going to waste time doing, like, a thorough report.
You've seen one gunshot, you've seen them all.
True. Does this seem like they're on font for a murder investigation?
Look, they do things a little bit different in Santa Fe. They get results.
This is the 90s Santa Fe font. This is the Coco Pelli font. I'll sort of forensics report on this broken glass. Let's touch the broken glass, get our DNA everywhere.
Yeah.
And what's this? It's money? Okay. Yeah, let's get a forensics report on the receipt.
Fido Dido's murder investigation. That seems very conspicuously placed.
Can I look at any other... Just her torso? Just looking at her torso? Just, you know.
Yeah, seems like a torso.
A forensic report on the torso. I love this music. It's going so hard.
It is, but it's also relaxing at the same time. Maybe that's what life in Santa Fe is like.
This is some pure moods. All right, what's this? Cool pot. Order a forensic report on the journal. I was going to ask if I could talk to her, but I guess I can't.
Where's Mulder? What happened here?
Okay, the phone. Cool stones. Can I take the stones?
Dude, they have so many stones in Santa Fe. You want stones? We'll get you stones. Thank you, Tepid Snake.
44 months. Multimedia on a Monday.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Thank you.
We're just ordering forensic reports on this dead artist. Anything else? Okay, I think that's all I can look at in here.
Who would want to murder a potter? I wonder.
Anything else I can look at? Oh, that's out. Okay, can I go to the Mongoose Tavern now? No. Mongoose, yes! Mongoose Tavern.
Let's talk to our fellow detectives.
D52 to the Mongoose Tavern, over.
1040-52.
Look at this place. Oh my god, this is so 90s.
You've had the pleasure of meeting the best of Santa Fe's armchair detectives.
Welcome to Multimedia Celebrity Poker.
Carla Vedanta, upholsterer, psychic, resident expert on Naga hide and extrasensory perception.
Yes!
Graham Haggerty, cowboy poet. If it happens in Santa Fe, Graham knows about it. Charlotte Mabry makes her living as an ex-witness in forensics. And last but not least, Cliff Lodgepole, man about Santa Fe.
That's it? Just the man about Santa Fe? He likes to drive around in his car?
They're not even FMV. They're just hanging out.
So we got a psychic. We got a cowboy poet. We have an ex-witness? Did I mishear that?
An ex-forensics witness. And then a guy about town.
A guy about town. Well, we got to talk to all these people for sure.
Okay, I want to talk to the cowboy poet last because I think they're going to blow my mind. Let's talk to her.
I don't know whether you've heard, But the pot Anna Elkmoon was cleaning, supposed to be cursed. And the fact that it was taken from the kiva. Wait a minute. I'm getting a vision. I'm seeing Anna involved with a young man who is jealous.
Here we go. Fresh from her triumphant tour of the spirit world.
This is probably admissible
They're
in court.
not jealous. It's not her husband. His name starts with P. That's all I'm getting right now. I think he has important information.
Peter Potamus. That's who it is.
I was going to say penis man.
Alex.
All right, let's talk to Charlotte.
Personally, I suggest you take a hard look at the Indian market. Anna took a stand on the board a few years ago, opposed expanding the market, and won. Got a lot of people up in arms. Didn't some Indian artist commit suicide over it? Wolfwalker, I think her name was. Mary. Married to Raymond Wolfwalker. Weavers, I think.
What is going on with the art market in this town?
I don't know.
It's killer.
It's cutthroat, literally.
All right, man about town.
Well, a respectful nod to you too, sir.
Thanks, Cliff.
He ain't talking. He's the smartest one at the table.
I'm crying.
Talk to the cowboy poet.
You know what they said about Anna, don't you? Nobody tougher. Told her it couldn't be done, just got her all fired up. She saw trouble coming, she stood right up to it. I'd want to talk to Ed Snyder if I was you, detective. He's the linchpin in this whole casino deal. Snyder and Sonny Two Feathers, Joe Detta's nephew, cooked this casino scheme up. They both
want
stand
to take that
loose
again?
big,
Nah, it's
although
fine.
now
It's
I
cowboy
understand
poet.
They got their own battle going. Sonny doesn't like how the way Ed views the Indian ways. By the way, the Bristlecone Bar is only 20 minutes from Two Feathers' house on the Pueblo, and Anna Elkmoon's is on the way. He had time to commit the crime, ditch the evidence, and still be home by 1.
Halloween store Christian Slater. He really is. They should have sent a poet.
God.
Talk to the man about town again now that you've talked to everyone else.
Yeah, I want to know if anything happened.
Keep grilling him. That took you 15 minutes to exchange meaningful glances with the man around town.
I have 2 hours left of this day, and I only have 5 days to solve this mystery. I gotta go.
All right, y'all.
Thank you, everybody.
What a great scene this is. I love that shot of them just staring forward directly at you.
There's an important lead from Carrie March. The chief requests that you proceed to her residence immediately.
Okay. Oh, I don't have much time, do I? Cool. Carrie March. I'm gonna go to your house.
D-52 proceeding to Carrie March residence. Over.
1040-52.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Officers, oh, I'm so glad you responded to my call. I have some information I think you'll find of interest.
Thanks, Mrs. March. But let's begin the interview officially. Your name and occupation?
Carrie March. I'm widowed.
I say that was the perfect delivery. I say there's nothing wrong with the way she said widowed.
The takes in this game are so good.
I really think they did like 1 or 2 takes for every single one of these, and they just kind of had to pick the best one.
But the thing is, they're all kind of punching above weight with the kind of material they have right now.
Yeah, the acting isn't terrible. It's better than
No.
I've seen in a lot of digital pictures games, which were the big budget games back then.
No, the acting is really good. It's just that this seems like a really, really rushed game. From what I
Yeah.
understand, these games were like done at the same time, back to back.
And what is it you think might help our investigation?
Yes, well, you see, everyone knows that Anna left Roy Elkmoon to marry Jack Gordon. That's yesterday's papers. But what isn't so well known is that Jack left his wife, too, Karen Gordon. And Karen had been a friend of Anna's. That's how she met Jack. Karen was furious.
furious enough to seek revenge?
Well, that's something I'd rather not speculate about. Although I must say, Karen's indignation rang a little hollow. I mean, she was having an affair of her own with Ed Snyder.
The man behind the casino.
The very same. Karen and Jack had always been something of an odd couple. I mean, Karen's so outgoing and Jack is, well, he's so bookish. Frankly, if I were Jack, I would have left Karen ages ago because of the chain smoking alone. And it's those horrible clove cigarettes. Detestable things, aren't they?
She's right, though.
Nah, I get it.
Also, just sitting here in the middle of the afternoon doing a little drink gardening, as you do.
Hey, is there this much drink? I don't know. I guess
in places where there's not much to do, you typically try to fill the time with something else.
But I'm like, drinking. It's gonna be so hot. You're gonna get dehydrated.
Anyway,
well, you won't care.
Fair enough.
Anna?
Well, I wonder if her real interest wasn't in that young anti-casino activist, Paul Bellin, I believe.
Is there anything else?
Well, Anna was giving Sonny Two Feathers fits, but then she wasn't the only one taking a stand against the casino.
Okay.
How
I like
deep
that I
does
can
this go?
ask for where she was in case I suspect her of murder.
Sonny's working with Ed Snyder, isn't that right?
Well, they both want the casino plans approved, but I'm not sure you could say they're working together. I mean, Sonny represents the Indian faction that supports the project, and Ed is, well, in it purely for the money. But the casino advocates aren't the only ones Anna rubbed the wrong way. There was Frank Delgado, for instance.
Yeah.
She's in with the Delgados?
The Delgado Gallery?
He had been Anna's dealer for the longest time. Now, a lot of people give Frank the credit for Anna's skyrocketing success. Quite the savvy marketer. And then, out of the blue, Anna left him 3 months ago.
Left the gallery for another middleman?
Now, given the growing demand for work, she felt she could sell directly to collectors, but it's only half the story. Anna and Frank had a knockdown drag-out at the Mesa Cafe just 10 days ago.
Destroyed the whole place. Hello, Hexagon Witch. We are drinking a lot and finding a little bit about murders. That's what we're doing.
The argument?
No, it was impossible not to. Frank said Anna still owed him 2 pots. He said if she stiffed him, he'd destroy her. Anna just laughed at him. Poor Frank, you should have seen his face. Last time I saw that shade of crimson was on one of Anna's pots.
His warning that he'd destroy her, was he any more explicit?
Well, he stopped short of a death threat, if that's what you mean, but I'd certainly talk to him if I were you.
I will destroy you over this fine pottery.
Where were you between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.?
Oh, and by the way, where were you between 10 and 2 a.m. on the night in question?
You think I could have been involved?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, positively wicked.
I love her.
I was home in bed. You'll have to check with Mildred, my cook. She always brings me salsa and homemade chips around 11. Instant heartburn. The wages of gluttony.
It could just be the binge drinking.
I was going to say, maybe don't eat chips. Well,
that sounds like the life, though. Having someone bring you fresh salsa and tortilla chips in bed. You don't even have to do it yourself.
You're like, ma'am.
This lady's got it all figured out.
Yeah. It's in the interview.
If you think of anything else, please don't hesitate to give us a call.
she picks up her flask.
He's like, all right, get out of here.
I'm going to get back to business.
Let's see what Detective Night Sky says.
Bet she'd love to come in for a lineup, just for the thrill of it. Probably ask for the handcuffs, too.
This is very Columbo-esque. Yeah, I'm looking for an option to tell her just one more thing.
I love that he's just like, she'd just love to come in sometime.
Midnight Salsa is the devil's treat, as they call it.
I like that the first thing I thought was like, oh, she's going to get heartburn. And then she's like, yeah, I get heartburn. And I'm like, okay.
Well, you think I'm going to stop? No.
Yeah.
All right, day 2. We've had a very good day 1. We spent literally half an hour locking eyes with the man about town.
I wonder if I can talk to him now.
Yeah. Let's see if you've warmed him up a little bit. Maybe you need to talk to him 10 times a day.
Oh, well, let me go to the Monk's Tavern. No, let me go. I have things to say. No, music, calm down. Look at all these people who I can go talk to. There's a lot of people. Let's check my PDA. Oh, I got mail.
You know, our character doesn't talk. It's just our partner, so we just follow him around with an electric guitar.
Cigarette butts from a clove cigarette. There are sebaceous residues, but they're too corrupted for us to get a clean print. Sorry about that.
All right, looks like it's what's-her-face's smokes.
That confirms the those awful cloves.
It took 15 minutes to hear that.
You could have just stuck it up to your nose and be like, ugh, cloves.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could solve this one.
Again, right. I should have said, just do what I said. Light the cigarette. You would find out instantly what it was.
Okay, where should we go? We can go to Frank Delgado. We got a lot of places we can go here.
We heard the name Delgado mentioned, so maybe
we should
go to
Delgado's house?
Put a lean on Frank.
All right, Frank.
We're on our way to Frank Delgado's gallery. Over.
Put the screws to him. Look, that cancer thing in X-Files was an accident. Everyone forgave me.
Name and occupation?
Frank Delgado. I own this gallery. We sell Indian art, both old and new.
So what do you think this guy's going to drink? I'm thinking like vodka straight from the bottle.
Welcome, Duke. We are playing the Santa Fe Mystery.
Hey, welcome, Duke. Have you ever heard of this game? I've never heard of this before. This seems like something Duke would have heard of, though.
Mr. Delgado, let's get straight to the point. We hear that you were displeased with Anna's decision to leave your gallery, that you became verbally abusive and you even threatened her.
That's absurd. I was upset, of course. I had invested thousands of hours in Anna's career and reputation. I had a right to be upset. But threaten her?
At the Mesa Cafe 2 weeks ago?
Who told you that? That old harpy, Carrie March? The fact is, detectives, Anna owed me 2 more pots by contract. But what she delivered was second rate. And I told her so.
Do you think the lady we talked to is actually a harpy?
Like, she's got cool bird legs?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's drinking.
Yeah, she has to drink constantly to maintain her human form.
Is this a Toho thing?
I think so.
Why did Anna leave the gallery?
Anna said she wanted me to decide between selling old and new material. But the truth is that was just a ruse. What she really wanted was to find a dealer that would settle for a substantially smaller commission. That was Anna's dirty little secret. Money. It all came down to money.
Were you aware that Anna was cleaning a rare pot, sir?
Were you aware that Anna was cleaning a rare pot for Astrid Ames?
Wow, he asked it exactly like you said.
Mm-hmm, accusatory.
No, I didn't hear about that until rumors started swirling after the murder. Everyone worth their salt in this business has heard about the Santa Vera Kiva pot at one time or another.
What about the ancient Kiva itself?
Personally, I don't put much stock in its existence. Every corner of this state has been scoured by pot hunters.
Pot hunters, huh? This guy does seem a little suspicious. This is the dude who said he would destroy the pottery lady, which sounds, yeah, just in the middle of a fine dinner.
Say no one has tried to sell the Kiva pot to you?
Lego hair.
If anyone is foolish enough to think I'd buy it, I'll let you know, Detective.
Hey, Easy 8, welcome to the investigation.
Can you tell us your whereabouts?
Can you tell us your whereabouts on the night of Anna's death?
You suspect me?
I was appraising a collection in Albuquerque. I didn't come back until the following day.
Oh, he didn't take that left turn at Albuquerque.
Annie.
It's a New Mexico game. I had to do it at least once.
Fair.
It's been most enlightening.
Likewise.
Ooh.
Detective Nice Guy, what do you think?
We got our man. Think he was gonna let Anna walk when she hit the big time? No way. She gets too uppity and wham.
Yeah, I hope you like Scanlines. This is Scanlines the game. Well, our detective partner seems pretty confident that we have our man. Can we just arrest him? He's a suspect for sure. He was
art dealer.
He was that art dealer.
Money.
All of the above.
Greed.
Info. This guy sucks.
Prioritize. Let's order an alibi verification.
Is he really in Albuquerque?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he took a right turn there.
Oh, we got mail.
I just got another call from the governor's office. He says his constituents are bombarding him. Now, I told him you two were getting very close. And you sure as hell better be.
Okay.
All right, we got the governor on our ass. No big deal.
How do I accuse someone? Can I just accuse them
Yep,
now?
Smebble, that is a familiar face to a lot of us here.
Yeah, it's Gold the Cat. He's here to... No, there is a way to accuse. I just don't know how, unfortunately. Let's get out of here. Is there anything else I can investigate? No, let's go. Okay, so...
I'm just going to sit out here with my guitar. Make it some nice thinking music.
Tom McHorse, that's a great name. Wolf Walker, Paul, Roy Elkmoon. We got time for at least one more Sunny Two Feathers. Is the Mongoose Tavern open? No. Alright, you know what? I want to talk about Astrid guy who sent that letter.
Yeah, he's a real Astrid.
D-52 heading to Astrid Ames' residence. Over.
Copy.
Cool house.
I'm sorry, but Mrs. Ames can't see you now. She's quite distraught over Miss Elkmoon's death. She's resting on doctor's orders.
Then may we speak with you briefly?
Certainly. Please, sit down.
She did it. Arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Arrest.
So, you're the housekeeper.
You're Mrs. Ames' housekeeper?
Assistant. I have been faithfully at her side for almost 17 years.
Did you know the victim?
Wow, smash cut.
I didn't know her. Mrs. Ames owns several of her pots, and Miss Elkmoon was cleaning a pot for us in preparation for returning it to the Santa Vera Pueblo.
God. The one-take game.
Pot may have been a motive for the murder.
This is as bad as a RetroPal stream.
That pot has brought nothing but grief to Mrs. Ames.
Grief? In what way?
Oh, well, it's not for me to say, but... Well, Mrs. Ames has had a difficult time with her only living relative, a nephew, Ronald Ames. When the story came out in the newspaper about Mrs. Ames returning the pot to the Indians, he came over and exploded at his aunt. Said she had no right to give it away, and that he forbid it.
Exploded. That seems bad.
First of all, I'm...
Did he have any say
I'm kind of with people. I think that they should give it back to the indigenous people. Sorry.
To Astrid. Oh, forgive me. Miss Ames by her sister, Bernice. Ronald Ames' mother. She died several years ago. And the poor woman foolishly promised her son that Astrid would leave the pot to him in her will.
Did she? I mean, before she offered to return it to the Pueblo.
I don't know. But I do know that Ronald Ames is a greedy, selfish young man. He accused her of squandering his inheritance. And that's when she asked him to leave.
Hey, Sanuj, welcome. We are hot on the trail of a killer. Some guy was killing people over pots.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone we've met has been heavy drinking. I think after the next question, she's going to pull the shade off that lamp and start chugging from it. Get some nice kerosene.
Any idea how much the pot is worth?
Oh, its only value to Mrs. Ames was aesthetic, but I understand it's priceless.
I'm thinking cue cards, cantrip. It's definitely cue cards.
Did Ron Ames know the pot was being cleaned by Anna Elkmoon?
Anna cleaned and restored several pots for Mrs. Ames in the past. He could have guessed as much.
Was it insured?
Where were you at the time of the murder?
Oh, Miss Carrie March, a friend of Mrs. Ames, came by for drinks at 6:30. Afterward, Mrs. Ames and I ate dinner by the fire. Then I read to her until 10:30, and she fell asleep.
Potter smoked would be the headline in Escape from Cyber City.
You read to her? What'd you read to her? What'd you read?
Was the pot insured?
No.
I gather it's quite a financial loss on top of everything else.
Naturally, that's why we're hoping you can recover it.
She's fidgeting.
Mm-hmm. That means murder.
Did Miss Moon call Mrs. Ames any time on the day she was murdered?
Yesterday? Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
We'll call on Mrs. Ames later on. Thanks for your help.
You're more than welcome.
Let's play prime suspect or bad actor.
Now that's a pleasant woman. Mean enough to shoot her own mother.
Well, someone is very judgmental.
Status? Suspect.
She'd shoot her own mom.
Relationship to victim? None. Motive? Revenge.
Yeah.
Let's order some alibi verification.
Yeah, we need to verify that alibi. Seems pretty suspicious to me.
Oh, we got mail. Oh, Frank Del... Oh, we got the forensics on the bullet wound.
Here are the results on the bullet wound. Powder burns and traces of yellow suede were found at the entry site and along the wound track. My guess is that someone was using standard suede guarding gloves to muffle the sound. From the size of the bullet, we can tell it was fired from a .357 or .38 caliber revolver at point-blank range. We checked with county records and found Karen Gordon's name on a list of revolvers registered in the area.
Ooh. That sounds like a literal smoking gun to me.
There's been an anonymous tip that a green Econoline van was parked outside the Elkmont residence the night of the murder. We're running a 2829 registration check on all in-state green Econoline vans in the Santa Fe area, and we'll email you the results via your PDA.
Cool.
Yeah, the gardening lady has a .357 Magnum, in addition to many boozes in her house.
He insists he stayed at the Best Western in Albuquerque the night of the murder, but there is no record of it.
He wasn't at the Best Western in Albuquerque!
What?
Arrest! Arrest! Arrest!
Arrest them all. They're all guilty.
Oh, it won't let me will it. No. Arrest computer. Arrest computer.
Arrest computer. That'll solve everything.
Okay, I'm going to go back and it's almost time to switch to the next game, so I'm going to go back and see if I can't arrest somebody.
Let's get an arrest on our record here.
Where's the...
Yeah, she wasn't eating salsa at all. She was cuddling her .357.
Where cops? Cops?
Police station?
Police station? Where is it?
The big building over the basketball court? Oh, that's the library. It's not a basketball court.
I'm going to see if I can make an arrest at the library, and then I'm moving on.
Yeah, let's arrest the librarian without even talking to her.
D-52 heading to the library. Over.
10-4.
Yeah, I wonder if this is one of those games where you can just arrest someone in the first minute, and they'll be like, wow, you're good. They probably don't let you do that, though.
Oh, you remember when
article? Yeah. Remember when they used to do that? Do they still do that?
Santa Vera gambling, a hot topic. They do it some places, yeah.
Yeah, way back when, they would put the daily edition of the newspaper on these big poles so that everyone could share them and read them at the library.
You wanna read the gossip column?
Yes.
Patrons of Mesa Cafe, the elegant Mesa Cafe, were treated to something besides great dining last Thursday when art dealer Frank Delgado would have dust up with former protege Anna Elkmoon. The dispute apparently stemmed from money differences. The Inquiring Eye reported Elkmoon's departure from the gallery 2 months ago. Several patrons report that Delgado demanded Elkmoon make good on promises dating to their days together as happy dealer and brilliant artist.
You sure we should be printing this? These aren't celebrities.
It's fine.
These are private citizens.
How do I get... Okay. Any other news that I can use? No. Protesters. I was really hoping they'd have a computer for me to use so I could go make my arrest.
You're gonna make your arrest on a library computer?
Listen.
Some guy looking up porn next to you?
They have a privacy screen on. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think it's time to switch to the next game. The next game I actually have a walkthrough for.
Okay.
Let me save.
So this is the first game in the series? Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to see the sequel after this. Well, that's a pretty good start for the series. I can see why River Hill Soft was interested in localizing it. Pretty good production values. They did a lot for what was obviously a small budget. Obviously, they couldn't afford as much film as they needed for multiple takes, But, you know, when you have actors like these, you don't need multiple takes.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm really wondering about that Japanese dub.
Quit. Okay. Let's quit the game.
I'm quitting.
Yes. So who do you think did it?
I think it was the gardening lady.
I think so, too. I think she got drunk and mad one night.
I think she got blackout drunk and just started going nuts on the town populace with her gardening tools.
Just like on everyone?
Yeah, everyone. We just haven't found the other bodies yet.
Okay, so next up is the sequel, the game that I actually have a written fact for, so I'm going to try to go through as much of this as I can.
We're going to make actual progress in this one.
This is Santa Fe Mystery Sacred Ground. Came out the exact next year after the first game. And...
Okay, so maybe they didn't have enough time to make improvements. Or maybe they got a bigger budget this time. We'll find out. Oh.
So just so you know, same title screen.
Yeah, this doesn't fill me with confidence here.
So, okay, make sure I got my fact. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Let's solve the mystery. Who got done in this time? This is the exact same game. God damn it. They just made 2 games at the same time.
It's the exact same engine.
Well, what do you expect from Santa Fe? Oh, I have a package here. But I gotta find out...
But this rockin' tune!
But I have cookies outside.
Oh shit, really?
They'll be fine for like a minute.
Okay.
So help me God, if they're missing, we're gonna have to go on a mission to find out who stole them.
We're gonna be in our own Santa Fe mystery.
Who stole my grandma's cookies? Turns out it was Grandma.
You know the real estate muckety-muck? His wife's missing. Looks like kidnapping. Dead for all we know. Press is crawling all over it. It's on the tube right now, Channel 6. Check it out.
Many more questions and answers at this hour surrounding the apparent abduction of Santa Fe socialite and businesswoman Randa Tasker. Her husband Martin Tasker and server Manuel Oroso heard screams late last night. When they went to investigate, Randa Tasker was gone. Tasker refused to speculate on who might be behind any apparent foul play or whether his wife's disappearance might be connected to last week's arson blaze at her upscale leather goods store. No one has been charged in that crime. In recent weeks, Martin Tasker has been under attack by local Native American activists who've been protesting his plans to expand the Seven Arrows ski resort. Channel 6 viewers will recall some 30 Indian families being evicted from their homes as bulldozers moved in to make way for timeshare condos and a new $5.5 million lodge.
Well, that's horrible.
Early this morning, Channel 6 spoke exclusively to Martin Tasker, who appealed to the party or parties responsible for his wife's abduction. Can we roll that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't ready.
I just want to say that whoever's behind this, I don't care. I just want my wife back. And if anybody has any information about her whereabouts, about what happened last night, I am prepared to pay $100,000 for information that would lead to her safe return. And if you can see this, Randa, everything's gonna be all right. I promise. I'm sorry, that's all I want to say for right now.
He did it.
He did it. He so
totally
did it.
did it.
Let's just end it now.
Tasker State as we wait for investigators to arrive. This is Teresa Chavez for KITT Channel 6 News reporting.
Love my dog. But you know what drives me nuts? And I know all you dog lovers out there know exactly what I'm talking about.
Alex.
Dog hair. Dog hair everywhere. On the couch, in the carpet, in the bed, in the duvet.
Oh, it's in my mouth. How did you do that?
I just want to take Jack and ship him off to the SPCA with no return address.
We have fun here.
Santa Fe, it's a hell of a town. We get drunk and then we record our commercials. Wow. How did I never know about these games?
I only knew about them because of River Hill Soft, and I only knew about that because I got a I live with a River Hill Soft stan.
Yeah, maybe they were just doing a parody commercial to make this more like RoboCop. I don't know.
All right, let's go to the police station.
And yeah, there were many fake kidnappings on Columbo.
Heading back to headquarters, over.
Copy that, D-52.
You just know that she kidnapped herself. And,
Detective.
well, you know.
I was just grousing about you. You know, Detective.
I love to be groused about.
Detective? This won't take very long. There's no point in wasting your time here when you could be wasting it out in the field. You're in overall charge of this investigation. But until you get your bearings, I've asked Night Sky to conduct the interrogations. I'm also assigning a Sergeant Rebecca Orlando to help you out. She'll be running down alibis for you. Now, right now, we don't have very much. We have as much as the reporters at the scene do. We got no suspects, no ransom demands, and no apparent motive. I emphasize apparent, detectives. Tasker's not exactly man of the hour around here since he booted those Indians out of their homes.
That doesn't explain why anyone would go after the wife.
Night Sky, tell him about that gadget you got there, that PDA, personal digital...
Assistant.
He still doesn't know what it is.
In the field. They're great. The chief or the lab can beep us 24 hours a day.
Okay. If you can't figure it out, you just push the help button. Now, fortunately, gadgets are not going to solve
Chief
this
microaggression.
Now, you got 5 days, detectives. Count them. 5. I've already heard from the suits at the Bureau, and they got about as much confidence in me as I got in you. So your job is to prove us both wrong. All right? Now, go out there. Give him hell.
Can I accuse the chief here of being a dipshit?
I think you should. He's always like, okay, why don't you explain to us dumb guys what that's all about? All right, that's enough explanation. Don't just talk all day. Come on.
He's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, hey.
And yeah, Jordan, I quite enjoyed Groused About. Very good game.
Of the crime scene in 7 hours, so you better head over there pronto. You've got 5 days to solve the mystery. Talk to Tasker. He's in the main house. Also, the servant Manuel Oroso is in the bungalow to the right. Buena suerte. There's no time to be wasting here in Santa Fe.
So it's basically the same exact game as the first one when it comes to mechanics.
Yeah, no one's had any personal growth. That guy doesn't even know what a PDA is, even after the extensive explanation in the first game. He asked him to explain it again, and he cut him off again.
City, look, same buildings and everything.
Santa Fe hasn't changed a bit in the 2 months since we've been here.
So,
okay,
the Mongoose Tavern is still here too, by the way.
So why don't you start your investigation? I'm gonna get my cookies.
Okay.
D-52, proceeding to Tasker's estate.
They're cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Copy that, D-52.
So, first thing, I know you want me to go to the Mongoose Tavern is still there, but according to the FAQ, and this is fun, there is literally no reason to go there. They just put that tavern there for, like, funsies, so... Let me see what I need to do here real quick. I need to... Okay. So let's do this. Let's, look at some stuff here. We got the robe. This robe is... We got the cookies! Cookies are saved, folks. Cookies are saved. Alright, let's order a forensics report on the robe.
Ugh, slugs! Ugh, damn it. It's not even raining.
Alright, let's see what this is. It's a pill! It's a pill that's been busted open!
It's a variety pack of cookies. It's
Ooh.
a surprise even to me.
I'm kind of curious. We should do a cookie unboxing.
Should we?
I mean...
You have to eat them all on camera.
You can eat them. I can't. And last but not least, a syringe!
What the?
Yeah, we're definitely ordering a thing on this. Alright.
Cookie unbustling. Yeah, the guitarist and the flautist are just like trading solos. And then they eventually just... They start making harmonies. And then they lock eyes with each other, realize they're in love.
Alright, let's go to the house.
I don't know what Chief Weber has told you.
Only that your wife is missing.
Missing? Sounds so benign. If I thought she had ran out on me, I'd actually be relieved.
His hair is
Were there
perfect.
problems between you?
Is.
No more so than in any marriage. Randa and I were happy. Delirious, really. Last night we celebrated our 3rd anniversary.
Wait a minute, this is just Arcus. Doesn't he live in the desert? That's proof enough for me. Let's go arrest him.
No!
He's playing Ninja Gaiden right now. He'll never expect it.
Why don't we start there?
It was Randa and I and a small group of friends at the Mesa Cafe.
If we might have their names, please.
At the Mesa Cafe. Blink, blink,
Well,
blink, blink,
Randa's
blink, blink.
friend, Carrie March.
Don't eat at the Mesa Cafe.
Everyone knows Carrie. And my physician, Tom McClafferty. Oh, that reminds me. I need to take my medication.
It's Arliss. All you got to do to make me laugh is to spell Arliss like that.
Mark Kennedy. The antique dealer, he was there.
Say to take the medication with whiskey?
It should be fine.
Free Tibet. One of Randa's wacko artist friends, her invite, not mine.
Excuse me?
And things were going along fine until Andrew Grissom showed up.
Someone's name is just Free Tibet.
Really?
Danny, yeah.
That was a name?
That was something that's like, oh, her wacky artist friend named Free Tibet.
Wow. Did your wife ever use drugs?
Free to...
Oh, you should follow your walkthrough. Don't listen
Oh, I
to
am,
me.
I am. I'm supposed to ask all the questions, so this is fine.
Another guest?
Hardly. Andrew Grissom is a disgruntled investor. We met at the Arroyo Club. I'm afraid to say that their standards are not what they used to be.
Oh, no, by all means, have another.
Anyway.
Make it a double.
Andrew invested in Tasker Industries, misplayed his hand, and now he blames me for it. Anyway, he shows up at the restaurant, begins to shout at me.
He's still on the machine. It's a
and then he
murder
wants to
mystery.
deck me until the maitre d' throws him out. Oh, by the way, Free was running her new video camera. Maybe she picked it up on tape.
Our friend Free Tibet had a video camera.
Her name is Free Tibet. Anyways.
And
Yeah.
you left the restaurant at what time?
Around 11:15 or so, because I know we were at home by 11:30. Randa wanted to go swimming. She asked if I would join her, and I passed. And she went down to the pool alone.
What was she wearing?
Well, just a terry cloth robe and sandals.
And what happened next?
Well, I read for a few minutes and must have fallen asleep. Because the next thing I know, I hear this horrific scream from the pool area. Now, I was a little disoriented, so it took me a few minutes to get down there. When I did, I heard the car screeching away. The gate was open, and Randa was gone.
Did your wife ever use drugs?
Nice freeze frame here. Man, people are mentioning his mustache, and I love it. It makes him so much more expressive than he would be otherwise. It's practically its own character.
Did your wife ever use drugs?
Just alcohol.
Did Randa have any enemies?
Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt your wife, or you for that matter?
Business I'm in, detective, you make enemies like drunks make water. But Randa, no. Everyone loved her.
What about the arson incident at her leather goods store? Could there be a connection?
I was hoping he would do a spit take.
And your own enemies?
No secret that a bunch of blowhards are up in arms about the Seven Arrows deal.
Blowhards? Is that another way of saying Native Americans?
Now that's a crock. I have given more work to the Native American than anyone else in Santa Fe. No, I'm talking about that half-cocked group of activists, like that legal aid lawyer, Dan Longfoot. Now that man has publicly threatened me.
I see.
If this was a kidnapping, Mr. Tasker, there might be an extortion attempt. I want you to keep us informed, understood?
Of course. And if you hear anything, you'll let me know.
You bet.
Oh, I want a whiskey mustache. That sounds
Status?
handy.
Suspect.
Definitely a suspect.
Motive?
Drinking.
Depression.
Oh, okay.
I like the depression is
Whoa, is there a hidden sixth option?
Yeah, I'm
Do it.
That. It won't let me. It's depression. We're gonna... Actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. 1 second. Here, let me see what I'm supposed to do next.
You know, this game gave me a really great idea for a mechanic in a detective game. Like, you have to ask your questions in order of importance, because after every question, the suspect takes a drink, and eventually they'll be too drunk to tell you anything useful. So you have to really prioritize which information you get out of them. I bet a lot of games have already done that. I never played these kinds of games. That'd be cool, though, right?
Yes. All right, now time to talk to this guy.
Your name and occupation, please?
Cool
Manuel
mustache.
Rosso. For the last 5 years, I've been Senor Tasca's manservant.
So many mustaches in this one.
Yeah, it's this pro mustache propaganda.
Okay, Harold Rimmer, I was also thinking Mark Twain as seen in Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh my god, yes.
Tell us about last night.
Last night? I was in my room watching television. It was around 11:30 when the movie was almost over, and Senor Tasca came in. I went to them and asked them if there was anything that I could do for them, and they said no, that they would see me in the morning. Then they began to argue. I couldn't understand the words, but it was very loud. They argue a lot.
You see the way this dude's built? He's probably muscular as fuck.
He could kill me. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I want to see how much Mark Twain can
Were you aware that
bench.
Mrs. Tasker went for a swim about midnight?
No, you see, my room is very far away in the east wing of the house.
Any screams? You hear any screams, buddy?
Did you hear any screams?
No, Senor Tasca did. I was watching the television when he began to buzz me and very excitedly screaming at me to meet him down at the pool. Well, I of course rushed right to the pool, and when I got there, he was already there. And we searched for Senora Tasca, but we couldn't find her. The gate was open.
You think the dog barks were in the actual audio, or were those ADR'd in? ADR dogs?
I'm hoping that they're just dogs barking.
Was that unusual?
See, Senor Tasca was very afraid of intruders, so he always made sure the gate was locked.
Who has keys to the gate?
Well, I do. Senora Tasca and Senor Tasca, of course, and Dr. McClafferty, in case of an emergency.
Bow, 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 bow. There was an ow-woo back there. I heard it.
Hey, what about the dogs? What's up with these dogs?
How many dogs are out in the kennel area?
2, very loud.
So I noticed. Were they barking last night?
Last night? Not that I recall.
If there had been an intruder, wouldn't they have barked?
Not necessarily. Sometimes they bark, and sometimes they don't. They're not really watchdogs, senor.
They're just dumb. They just do things arbitrarily.
Yeah, they're just weirdos.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Rosso.
I hope they find the senora okay.
Yeah.
Automated dog replacement. Now there's an industry for you.
Motive?
I'm here to dub dog barks into every single piece of media.
Dogs. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me see what I gotta wrangle up next.
I'm like, no, this movie needs more dog barks. Your happy hardcore song you're about to release, more dog barks. More. The kids love it. RetroPal stream's gonna have a ton of dog barks from now on.
The terry cloth robe was probably torn off in the course of a struggle with an assailant. Also, a trace fiber analysis shows several dark strands to be a camel hair mohair blend. You know, the kind associated with expensive jackets or overcoats. Also, the terry cloth belt seems to be missing.
I hate when the belt goes missing from my robe. So.
We got a mohair wearer.
Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, that's all we can investigate here, so let's go back to,
Can we please go to the bar?
I'm gonna tell you something. It says not to go into the bar in the game because you'll waste time, but I want to do it anyway.
Can you save? Yeah, do it.
Okay. Save game.
Let's visit an alternate reality where we hung out in the bar and locked eyes with our friend.
Please let me.
Can
Friends.
you click the one?
There we go.
And then yeah, okay. Mongoose save.
We're going to the Mongoose Tavern, folks.
D52 to the Mongoose Tavern, over.
10-4.
I wonder if it's a new group. It's the Mongoose Tavern. Hasn't changed a bit.
I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting the best of Santa Fe's armchair detectives.
Yes.
Yes.
Left to right, Carla Vedanta, upholsterer, psychic, resident expert on Naga hide and extrasensory perception.
Still an expert on Naga hide.
Graham Haggerty, cowboy poet.
Yes.
If it happens in Santa Fe, Graham knows about it. Charlotte Mabry makes her living as an expert witness in forensics. And last but not least, Cliff Lodgepole, man about Santa Fe.
I know what we all want to see, but we have to go through everyone else first.
All right, we got to work our way up to the man about town.
The spy brand is still alive. I think it's underground. A basement. A storm cellar. Hole in the ground. I'm not sure which.
Oh yeah, links are still disabled, but they are wearing new outfits apparently.
Mm-hmm.
They've changed clothes since last time.
I understand there was a hypodermic needle found at the crime scene. Don't look so surprised. I've done enough favors for Wendy over the years, so she's usually a pretty soft touch. You aware that George Vesco's a diabetic? Now, I know it wasn't insulin Wendy found traces of, but a powerful sedative. Obviously, Randa's assailant had to subdue her in a hurry.
And Vesco just bought himself a second home. I know the real estate agent that sold it to him. Business must be good.
There are more forensics, too. Those trace fibers found on the robe, I think you'll find them consistent with the navy blue jackets all members of the Arroyo Club own. Like Vesco.
And Andrew Grissom. Or for that matter, Tasker himself.
Yeah, our friend here could never be the killer. How could you ever think that about him?
Cowboy poet, baby.
Also, that sounded unusually useful.
When a woman
we were just told.
From sight, and her marriage is a total blight, what seems like foul play might be flagged.
That's the cowboy poet.
All right, here we go. Cliff, what you got for us?
If I were you, detective, I'd talk to Wally Chandler. Sells junk out of the back of his truck. Got a little roadside stand at the corner of Los Robos in East Main. He was in the area of the Tasker home on Tuesday night. Apparently, he saw a vehicle pulling away from there at high speed.
He speaks.
He gave us a lot of info.
Yeah, he was very useful and straightforward. We must have leveled up his social link.
All right, now let me reload so we can get that time back that we wasted. But hey.
Yeah, I kind of missed the old flirty man about town.
Hey.
It made me feel good about myself. Now he's
There
just
we go.
all business.
We wasted an hour and a half at the cafe. That's wonderful. All right. Next, we need to go to see. All right, Tom. Huh? All right, where's Tom living at? Tom. Oh, we go to Free Tibet's house. Tempting. Tom, where are you? There's Tom.
D52. We're on our way to see Thomas McClafferty. Over.
Okay, D52, copy.
Oh, the man about town was only ever in 2 games.
That's sad.
Nothing so far. We're talking to everyone who might help us.
Naturally, I'll do what I can.
If you'd be good enough to give us your name and occupation for the record.
Thomas McClafferty. I am a doctor in private practice here on Old Santa Fe Trail.
Is that an inside-out cow on his desk in the lower left?
You've been Martin Tasker's physician for how long?
You've been Martin Tasker's personal physician for how long?
Well, going back to our association in Boston, I'd say almost 8 years.
And you both came out to Santa Fe at the same time?
Well, Martin offered to help set up my practice here if I made the move with him.
Isn't that a little unusual?
Well, you have to understand that Martin's a little obsessive about his health and, as a rule, a little leery of the medical profession.
Is that a nice way of saying he's a hypochondriac?
Your word, detective, not mine.
Could be a stone bear, yeah. And again, so much So much facial hair that's been so magnificently manicured. They put a lot of attention into that, for sure.
I understand the Taskers argued a lot.
Well, Martin has been under severe financial pressure. I mean, I'm sure he's told you about Vesco.
Never heard the name.
What, George Vesco, the man running 7 Arrows for Martin? Or perhaps I should say running it into the ground would be a more apt description. And as I understand it, 7 Arrows is a page or two away from Chapter 11.
This is Billy Bob Thornton Jr.
Vesco's been embezzling. Too much money disappearing too quickly.
Hey, what were you doing at the Mesa Cafe?
Eating.
What time did you leave the Mesa Cafe the other night?
Well, I stayed there until after the other guests left, sipping brandies until about 12:45. I took a cab home.
You have a key? Just asking.
You've got a key to the gate at the Tasker estate, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And to the front door as well. I mean, Martin insisted on it.
What? What? Hey, I have never given a key to my doctor.
Here, take it. I insist.
All right. I'm pretty sure this is a HIPAA violation, but...
One last thing, Doctor. What kind of medication is Mr. Tasker on?
He's on a vasodilator for his heart. Nitroglycerin. Tridel's the trade name.
Nothing injectable?
Absolutely not.
Nitroglycerin? You gave him explosives?
Thanks. We'll let you know if we have any more questions.
Hey, if you get any news on Randa, please, I would appreciate a call.
We did say one last thing. I'm so proud. We're doing Columbo proud with this one.
Depression. You know, I'm going to order an alibi verification. I don't trust him.
Let's verify if he was depressed.
Oh, we got a message.
There's no depression in this blood at all.
Have you two come up with anything yet? I'm getting heat you wouldn't believe. And I don't know what kind of conditions this woman's being kept under. Now get your butts into high gear now.
Oh, okay, so this is actually pre-HIPAA, so that would not have been a violation at this point in time.
Ah, darn. Okay, let's go to the White Buffalo, huh? Okay.
Oh, we got to do some investigation here, apparently.
D-52, heading to White Buffalo. Over.
10-4.
Oh, shit. Buffalo jams.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay, I have to look at very specific items to not waste too much time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm jamming. You can tell the stakes are high here.
Okay, I'm looking at the appraisal. The indentation in the desk.
It'd be cool if Ted Nugent was just playing right behind us. And he took out his bow and arrow and said, "Start running."
Okay, we got invited to an opera. Randa was invited to an opera by Thomas Caffrey. All right. Here.
Do you think Ted Nugent has ever officiated the world's most dangerous game style events?
100%.
Do you think he's hunted humans for sport? He seems like the kind of guy who would.
All right, we've got a letter from Christine Bellotta about lawyering. Oh, someone being fired. Okay. And there's one more note I need to find.
Oh, even if HIPAA was a thing, it apparently had an exception for law enforcement.
There you go. This is from M.
What an educational stream this has been. We've learned about Santa Fe, about HIPAA, about drinking in Santa Fe.
All right. This person is sending flowers to her and is like, ugh, I can't stand not being with you. Don't leave me. So I think... Hey, where's the Naugahyde expert? We got some leather.
Oh, yeah, good point. That's some expensive leather. Did it come right off the cow? I guess it did.
Here's a note from Free to Bet. I was disappointed to see that you chose not to make a contribution to my July show. You've been so generous in the past. I was a little hurt.
Wow, what a subtweet this is.
I will plan to put your name on the brochure as a patron for your past, and let me know if you want to maintain your anonymity. By the way, an adorable furniture maker whose stuff will be on display. Free to bet. All right.
If my name was Free to Bet, I would write it exactly like that.
Absolutely.
With the exclamation mark.
Okay, I think that's all we need to look at. So let's get out of here. Oh, we got a report.
Wow. Learning so much in chat. You're all so informative.
Downtown Fire Department after receiving reports of smoke in the White Buffalo from the cafe down the street. The report shows that the disposal of rags soaked in quicklime, glycerin, and potassium permanganate caused the fire, which oxidized and combusted spontaneously. Also, the sprinklers didn't initially work because the water in the building was turned off. Supposedly, the plumbing had to be fixed. The damage to the building was substantial: telephone lines, the walls, and ceiling. The insurance company representatives examined the damage yesterday, and they plan to continue today.
Okay, so the White Buffalo got on fire.
Yeah. I think it was that lady who was chugging kerosene from the last game.
Okay, we need to visit Dan Longfoot. Let's find that guy, and then we're done for the day. Dan.
Productive day.
Dan, where are you?
Where is Dan?
D-52, we're on our way to Dan Longfoot's. Over.
Copy that, D-52.
Cool horses.
They got a horse actor for this.
Yeah.
John Night Sky, my partner and I are with the Santa Fe PD.
I know who you are, Night Sky. Your reputation precedes you.
Not many other games used horses like real ones.
Yeah, I always got time for a brother. Even one who's lost his way.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Job like yours, you must get pretty good at pretending. What can I do for you, detective?
Wow.
I love this guy giving us shit for being a cop. No, I respect that.
I like this guy.
I like him. All right. So, hear about what's going on?
You heard about Randa Tasker's disappearance?
White man's trouble. I got my hands full, taking care of my own people.
Man, right on.
I like this guy.
He has not said a single thing I've disagreed with.
I understand you had a beef with Tasker.
Let me see if I get this. Because I take on Tasker for the rape of Indian lands, I'm a suspect in his wife's kidnapping.
Nobody said you were a suspect.
How can I explain this so that even a cop can understand it? Tasker moves to Santa Fe, waves his wallet around. Figures he can mow down everything and anybody. Law says he can do whatever he wants. Law says he can throw out 24 families out onto the street.
Yeah.
Native families that have occupied this land for 30 years.
Yeah.
And for what? More ski areas?
Fuck skiing.
Another 50 times shared condos. So another 1,000 tourists can come and trample on the land of our ancestors and write back to their families. I wish you were here.
Wow, this guy's right.
You know what, Night Sky? I wish they weren't. Is that a crime?
Wow.
This is a cool character. What are they doing in an FMV game?
He's a good actor, too.
What are you doing in this game?
Tasker says you threatened him publicly.
Let me tell you something, Mr. High and Mighty Detective. The real crime here was murder. And it never got investigated.
I like the horse's scene hair.
Believe me, nothing either of us says or does is gonna bring back Maria Whitefeather.
The kid who died in the emergency room?
I am impressed. Smoke signals travel all the way up the mountain, huh?
You're calling that murder?
What would you call it? Tasker throws Richard Whitefeather's family out on the strength of a court order he got from a judge that he has in his hip pocket. The shelters were swamped. The family had to sleep on the coldest night of the year out in the streets. A 5-year-old child dies of hypothermia. What do you call that, Night Sky? Because in my book, that's murder.
I agree.
Hey, can I do a different game where we just hang out with this guy?
Can we just, choose the option to throw down your badge and ride off with this guy into the sunset?
Yeah, this guy is really
You got
cool.
a lot of good ideas. Fuck all this. You're right.
Okay.
You know anything about the fire at Randa Tasker's leather goods store?
I guess the only justice left is poetic justice. She exploits her workers. She lines her pockets. She's no better than her husband, if you want the truth to be told. Like the elders say, evil breeds evil.
I love the way how every time he stops brushing, the horse looks over like, why did you stop brushing me?
I love this horse. This horse loves being brushed. The horse and this guy have a really good rapport, and it's really sweet that the horse keeps bugging him.
Yeah.
Where were you on the night that Randa Tasker disappeared?
I was at a tribal council meeting till about 10 o'clock. I went home, worked on a legal document for a couple hours.
That's it.
Is that good enough, detective?
For now.
Wow. He dislikes us, but I gotta say, the feeling is not mutual because I love this guy.
No. He's just an informant. This guy didn't do shit.
He is the realest dude in Santa Fe.
This guy is just telling it like it is, finally. All right, so I'm not going to put him as a suspect. I like this guy. All right, that's all we're going to do today. It's all for day one.
Does Disco Elysium really let you throw down your badge and quit being a cop? That's cool.
Good.
Okay, productive day one. We've done everything according to the walkthrough, so we're not in a Walking Dead state.
Hopefully.
And we got our guitar.
This game is sick. All right,
It's pretty sick for being something I've never heard of.
Richard Whitefeather is who we need to visit next.
Heading to see Richard Whitefeather? Over.
Okay, D52, copy.
Oh, there he is.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Randa and Martin Tasker, Mr. Whitefeather.
I better warn you, Night Sky. I hear that man's name and I see red. We didn't have much, but it was our home he stole. I had no power, no say in the matter. And we weren't the only ones. 30 other families were given 2 weeks' notices before we were evicted.
Damn.
You tried to fight him in court.
White man's court. It was a joke. The judge was bought off.
Probably not wrong.
Yeah. I feel really bad asking him about this. Can I just, if he did it, can I just look the other way?
It's your job. As long as you have the badge, you got to do it.
I know it must be painful, but could you tell me about the circumstances of your daughter's death?
We were spending a couple of days in the shelter. But the weather turned cold and there were so many families looking for a place to stay. We were told we'd stayed our limit. And we had to find a new place. So we went to a church. And when we arrived, there was nobody there. We spent the night on the streets. Maria began to shiver. We couldn't keep up her body temperature, and by the time the ambulance arrived, she died of hyperthermia. That's what the doctors called it. I say she died because of Tasker's cruel indifference.
Maybe you wanted to pay him back.
I wanted to kill him with my bare hands. But the gods took their revenge. I read about his wife in the paper. It was only justice. I won't shed any tears for either one of them.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, can you blame the fucking guy?
Damn.
Yeah.
This is so hardcore.
It is. This game really has me hooked more than the other one. I like
Last
those.
Tuesday night, say between 11 and 1, where were you?
Right here at the shelter with my wife. I was gone for a little while. A friend of mine owed me some money, and I went to collect.
And you got back to the shelter at what time?
I don't know. I didn't look at the time.
Honestly, again, if he did it, I'm just gonna look the other way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Whitefeather, and my condolences for your child.
All right, because he has a motive, we actually do have to run a background. We have to do an alibi check on this guy.
Aw, do we gotta?
I know.
Hasn't he suffered
I know.
enough?
He's fine. I'm just gonna ignore it when it comes in. Oh, we get a message.
Tasker just brought this in. It was left in his mailbox. Crime Lab dusted it for prints, but nothing showed up. He said he wasn't sure whether to tell us, so watch who you tell about this, hmm? The good news is, it looks like Rhonda Tasker's still alive. The bad news is, she might not be much longer. You better find the SOB behind this, and find them soon.
The only makeable prints on the ransom note were Tasker's own, and there's not much I could tell from the note. The letters were cut from magazines. The glue used is available anywhere. Remember, you can get a closer look at the ransom note in the evidence file of your PDA.
Oh, we should do that.
Okay.
I want to see this classic style ransom note.
Nope.
There it is. Ah, that's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
old school, baby. OS.
Man, he didn't take it from the entire magazine. He just took like one article and clipped out a few words. There's no artistry in this world anymore. It's got to be from a bunch of different magazines, so you look like you're the Riddler.
At the Mesa Cafe and sipping brandies until 12:45 is flimsy at best. The bartender and the waitress confirm his presence at 11:15, but neither remember seeing him again until midnight. In theory, he could have come and gone and committed the crime.
Okay.
On the note, luxurious blonde horsehair.
All right. Let's see. Next up, we need to talk to our old pal, Carrie March.
D52 proceeding to Carrie March residence. Over.
10-4.
Is she an old friend? Oh, wait, we have been here, yeah.
Yeah, it's her.
Are either of you a Sherry?
Oh, my
Sorry,
God.
we're on duty.
She's giving us Sherry.
Here we go again.
I love her. I love that she's drinking.
The first thing out of her mouth is, do you want some sherry?
And she's like, well, I am.
You attended the Tasker's anniversary dinner at the Mesa Cafe, is that right?
Yes. It's quite an evening. And then to be capped off with Randa's kidnapping.
How do you know that it was a kidnapping?
Well, I only know what I heard on the news. The very thought gives me chills. I was hoping you could tell me more.
Same here.
Tell me more about the kidnapping.
Were you close to the developers?
How long have you known the Taskers?
Well, it was Randa I was closest to. We've been friends ever since I moved to Santa Fe. As for Martin, I can't say I know him even today.
Dave, I was wondering that, if you didn't catch her in the first game, if she just continues on to game 2. She got away with it.
Think of any reason someone might abduct her by force?
Detective, you know the old saying. You can search and search the wide world over, but sometimes the answer's in your own backyard.
Are you saying that Mr. Tasker could have been behind his wife's disappearance?
Goodness, did I say that?
I don't really have time for games, Miss March.
No, of course not. Have you heard the name Teresa Madrone?
No, ma'am.
Ostensibly, she's the Tasker's interior decorator. Frankly, her real designs have always been on Martin himself. My sources tell me that the affair's been going on for 6 months. They go horseback riding on the weekends. Randa's never been identified with the horse she said. And truth be told, I don't think Martin cares much for it either.
I know that horse. Let's get a warrant out for that horse's arrest.
The horse with the beautiful, beautiful
it's
hair.
so beautiful.
Do you think there's a connection?
Do you think this had anything to do with Mrs. Tasker's disappearance?
Well, Randa knew about the affair and was extremely unhappy about it. I don't know Teresa, but I've heard she's a woman to be reckoned with. Now, the irony is, Martin is a very jealous man himself. He couldn't have handled Randa being driven into another man's arms. He's one of the most possessive men I've known. Like that business with Thomas McClafferty.
What about this McClafferty?
Go on.
Was there something going on between Mrs. Tasker and her husband's doctor?
Nothing you could call infidelity. It was quite one-sided, really. Thomas had been in love with Randa for some time. Randa confided in me that he even made the proverbial move on her when Martin was out of town some months ago. She rebuffed him, of course.
The move.
Thomas was devastated.
Was Mr. Tasker aware of it?
I can't say for certain. I don't think Randa would have told him. And I don't think Thomas would have been invited to their anniversary dinner if he had. But men are curious birds. I've never understood
They're humans.
them.
I was going to say they're birds.
Man, this lady's drunk. She thinks men are birds.
Okay, so...
Wait a minute, she's the harpy.
Oh yeah, she's the bird.
No, you're all the rest of you are birds. I'm not a bird. No bird here. Nope, I'm not a bird. You're birds. Men are birds. Men. Where's my sherry?
Anything else you think might be pertinent to our investigation?
No. But I've got a million questions for you.
Another time, Miss March. Thank you.
Queen.
Definitely.
Suspect.
Now there's some kind of continuity here. It makes me wonder why she's drinking sherry from a glass instead of just from a flask while in her garden. That makes me think in the first game that she had nothing to do with the murder, so she was just, acting normally, flask in the garden. But here she's all fancy, drinking from a glass all of a sudden.
Oh, hold on. I got a message.
See, it's all about psychological profiling.
We're learning about the pill.
The partially crushed capsule was a prescription medication, nitroglycerin. A vasodilator usually prescribed for heart patients.
What's the heart pills doing out by the by the kidnapped lady, huh?
Just crushing them up so you can snort them.
Hey.
Ain't you ever snort nitro?
No.
I hope that's not a question that can get you banned on Twitch for asking it.
God.
I was asking in jest. I've never snorted nitro.
I don't. You're calling it nitro like it's a street drug.
Yeah, it's the speed boost for cars.
Okay, we need to find someone named Mark Kennedy. Mark.
Aren't you glad you took me with you on this investigation?
Yes.
On our way to see Mark Kennedy. Over.
Okay, D52, copy.
Yeah, it's just someone bought Discord nitro.
You've known the Taskers for some time, is that right?
Since Martin's arrival in Santa Fe.
We've added a goatee to our facial hair.
Look at this guy.
Menagerie.
Oh my god. This guy is so Santa Fe. I can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the nature of the relationship?
Strictly business at first. Randa did a lot of buying at the shop. Even before they were married, I made purchases for Martin on my European buying trips. Over time, we became friends.
Close friends?
Close enough that I would be one of a handful of guests at their anniversary party.
I didn't even consider that one font was the Friends font. I think you may be right. I think that's literally the Friends font.
There are any problems with the marriage?
Did either of them give you any indication of difficulties in the marriage?
I'm sure you'd understand, Detective, that to maintain a friendship with a married couple, you don't get embroiled in their domestic problems.
Apparently the thing I was discussing is called whippets. That's an actual thing. I will I will stop discussion of this immediately, Twitch cops.
If you want to take heart medications for funsies, you should probably not. Any idea who might be behind the abduction?
Anyone you can think of who might have been behind Randa Tasker's abduction?
I've thought a lot about it. Naturally, you've talked to Amy Tasker.
An ex-wife?
No, Martin's daughter. She's a national cutting horse champion. She has a breeding ranch just outside of town.
More horse!
He never mentioned her when we spoke.
We're slow zooming.
Well, I'm not entirely surprised. They've been estranged for years now. It's my understanding that Amy blames Martin for another suicide
very slowly
5 years ago.
So no one told you there was crime in Santa Fe. That's really good, Ragnar. Thank you. Why are Amy and her father estranged?
Well, you see, Martin's always had a weakness for the well-turned ankle. Cheated on his first wife big time.
He does look like the guy in Double Dragon.
Recently morose, killed herself. Amy couldn't have been more than 18 at the time. She left just after it happened.
When was the last time they spoke?
It's been a while now. She pushed him constantly. Amy's one of these self-styled environmentalists, not exactly the developer's best friend.
We keep zooming, we're going to end up his
She's
nose.
in bed with Dan Longfoot, literally. Martin thinks she did it just to spite him. Even threatened to cut her out of his will.
How's Amy's relationship with Mrs. Tasker?
No love lost there.
I would love to do eco-terrorism to piss off my parents.
We're just slowly leaning into this guy's face the
what's
entire
going
interview.
on?
We're like an inch away from him now.
Mr. Night Sky is just like, hi. Where were you about midnight?
Where did you go after the Taskers' anniversary dinner the other night?
I went straight home. Arrived about 11:30. Had a conference call with London over an estate sale. I was on for at least an hour.
Here's a question. I say, as my lips approach yours, what are you doing later tonight?
Appreciate your help, Mr. Kennedy.
No problem.
It worked. We were sweating him. He was losing beard hairs over it. Did you see that?
I think this guy's a suspect.
That's a really good investigative technique. Just keep slowly zooming in.
All these people with depression. But do I have to really say that guy is a... okay. I have to order an alibi check on Dan Longfoot at one point. That sucks. Okay, so we're going to go visit Amy.
Amy?
Yes.
The hedgehog?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, did I already...
Back then, she would have been known as Rosie the Rascal.
Oh, messages.
Richard Whitefeather's claim of being at the shelter for most of Tuesday evening is borne out by several shelter residents and one counselor. However, by his own admission, he left at about 11:30 to pick up a check from a friend. I spoke to the man, who incidentally catches and raises desert animals for medical research. He wasn't there when Whitefeather allegedly came by, but he did say that the envelope he left for Whitefeather under a doormat was gone when he returned home at 12:30. Alibi status only partially confirmed. There's still a theoretical window of opportunity.
I don't know. Sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's fine.
If he set it up, he was pretty thorough.
All right. So... okay.
Who do you think did it?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways this could go.
And everyone wants this guy dead, and I honestly don't blame them. Like, I don't blame them, honestly. So let's go visit Amy.
I hope it's like the ending to Who Shot Mr. Burns, and it's just the horse had a gun in its mouth.
Yes.
We're on our way to see Amy Tasker. Over.
Copy that, D-52.
Wait, it's not a murder, it's just a kidnapping. Man, it's hard for a horse to kidnap someone.
I mean, just pull him along with your teeth.
I was wondering when you'd show up.
You were expecting us?
Well, my stepmother's been kidnapped, right? Unless, of course, this is all some hoax Randa cooked up to get my father's attention, limited as it is.
Apparently you don't think very highly of them.
Well, now, you're a real master of understatement. Look, the way those two live their lives, riding roughshod over everybody who gets in their way, something violent or ugly was bound to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, what's the deal with the book? I can clearly read the word key. Can we zoom in on that?
She talks like a cowboy. I love her.
Maybe she is a cowboy.
She is a cowboy.
How long have you been at odds with your father?
Let's just say it goes way back.
Oof. Wow. Cold as ice and instantly answered. We should not answer.
Mother's suicide?
Very good, Mr.
Night Sky.
Mr. Night Sky. Well, you must have been treated to an earful from one of the town's run-at-the-mouths. Let me guess, Mark Kennedy? Carrie March? Or maybe it was one of those airheads down at the Mongoose.
Still blame your father.
Take that back.
How dare you?
Why not? She'd still be alive today if he wasn't such a wretch of a human being. I assume you've heard of Teresa Madrone. Same womanizer he's always been.
Calling our best friends airheads. How dare you? And yeah, it's kind of weird that she said one of the local run-of-the-mouths. That's a real mouthful to say.
Did your dad really just threaten to cut you out of the will?
Is it true he's threatened to cut you out of his will?
Look, I don't want anything from him. It's blood money, all of it. Just look what he did to the Indians at Seven Arrows.
So you side with Dan Longfoot on that issue?
Unlike my father, Dan Longfoot can see beyond his own self-interest.
Yeah, I like him too.
Are you kissing Mr. Longfoot? Is Mr. Longfoot single? Does Mr. Longfoot like single sexy cops?
Were you involved with Mr. Longfoot?
I really have trouble believing that that's pertinent to your investigation, detective. Or do you just have a taste for gossip?
Can it be both? I love a good gossip.
I do.
I love a good gossip.
Where are you on the night Randa disappeared?
I'd like to know your whereabouts on the night Randa disappeared.
Well, let's see. I rented Lawrence of Arabia. I came home, watched it. You're welcome to ask the people at the video store.
Kind of overrated, in my opinion.
Thanks for your time, Miss Tasker. We'll be in touch.
How reassuring.
Just gonna head down to the local Blockbuster, rent a copy of Lawrence of Arabia, watch it, and hate every minute.
All right, let's do an alibi check.
I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it, called Lawrence of Arabia Explained. It's 6 hours long.
Oh, hold on. We also need to do an alibi check on Dan Longfoot.
What's a video store? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not a problem anymore. You know, we have a lot more to worry about nowadays, but one thing you don't have to worry about, late fees.
True.
Think about that.
Okay, we don't have enough
That's
time
one
to
thing
go
off our
into
plate in 2021.
Okay, we got to go visit someone. That would be Andrew Grissom.
Gonna make a YouTube video on the wall. I think someone beat you
we're
to
on our
it.
way to Andrew Grissom's residence. Over.
Okay, D52, copy.
This is about the dust-up at the Mesa Cafe.
That's part of it.
Where's your beard,
Whatever I
Andrew?
did was only half of what that bastard deserved.
Do you always take the law into your own hands?
Yeah, by
You're
rule.
in the habit of taking the law into your own hands?
I just know better.
The man destroyed me. Every penny I had was invested in Tasker Industries. The man misrepresented the state of his financial independence. He falsified records. What the hell could I do? He told me and everyone he was associated with outright lies.
So you thought you'd get back at him through his wife?
What the hell are you talking about?
If you don't know, then you
Oh,
must
we're
be
doing the
the only
Zoom.
one in Santa
We're
Fe.
zooming.
Are you talking about Randa Tasker's disappearance?
Good. For a moment there, I thought I might have to provide you with a translator.
You can't seriously believe that.
Kick his ass.
Come on, detective. He treated her with the same contempt he treated his investors. Why the hell wouldn't she bail on him?
All the signs indicate a forcible abduction.
This is insane. Look, I know I was a little bit drunk. I took a swing at Martin. That's the extent of it. If you want someone who'd stoop so low as to kidnap the man's wife, why don't you talk to the real power behind the throne?
You've lost me.
Try Juan V. Hill, the candidate for state senator.
Oh, we got a state senator involved here.
This is some sick corruption. I love it.
What's he got to do with Martin Tasker?
V. Hill's greased the political wheels for the expansion of Seven Arrows. That kind of clout doesn't usually happen without, something going on. And Martin Tasker's been a big contributor to his war chest.
Oh.
Man, people talking about how you would get cheap video games when they were liquidated from Blockbuster.
Yes.
I got so many Sega CD games.
Me too. That's how I got most of my collection.
I got Willie Beamish. I got Chuck Rock 2. They were selling like 1 billion copies of Christmas Nights at one point for $2.99 each.
Holy shit.
I only got one of them like a sucker.
I got Night Trap and Willie Beamish that way as well.
We're linked through Willie Beamish and getting him at deep discount while not giving the publisher any of its money. Good.
Beautiful.
That's what he deserves.
So what'd you go after the Mesa Cafe.
Where'd you go after you left the Mesa?
I drove straight home. Got there about 11, maybe a little after.
And around 11:30?
Oh, then I was on the phone with my accountant in Albuquerque. I'm in the process of liquidating my assets. Guess I don't have to tell you that. And then I went next door and played cards with a couple of neighbors from, I don't know, about 11:45 to 1:30, something like that.
I think his story was believable because we zoomed back out.
I like the way we slowly backed away from him.
Yeah.
And with that, we are done with day 2.
Hey.
We won't have enough time to finish the game.
Okay.
But what I was going to do is save here and then kind of...
Thanks for your time, Mr. Grissom.
Let's see.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Fine.
Oh, hold on. We got some mail. Yeah, let's check this out.
What's in the needle?
Broken syringe was a model AH-121, manufactured by the Smith Rotor Medical Supplies Company. It contains a residue of a powerful tranquilizer, Telazol, combination of zolazepam and taltamine hydrochloride. I calculated there was anywhere from 5 to 10 cc's in that syringe, enough to knock out a horse, let alone an average-sized adult, but probably not enough to kill.
Horse
No
tranquilizer.
fingerprints, though.
Oh my god.
Horse tranks. Horse tranks.
It's always these people with the horse tranks. God damn it. Why would you want to trank that beautiful, beautiful horse? Yeah, we got ketamine.
Yes, we do.
Oh, dude, let me tell you what I got from Hollywood Video, alright?
Okay.
Blockbuster, I got the Sega CD games. Hollywood Video was closing out their Super Nintendo stuff at the very end of the system's lifespan. Demon's Crest, $20. Final Fantasy III, $20. I think I got Kirby's Dream Course for $20 too. That was less of a good deal, but still, really, really good deals. All you got to do is go back to Hollywood Video in 1996. That's where all the sweet deals are.
I guess so. Okay, I'm going to save because I do want to finish this game.
Well, we made quite a lot of progress here in old Santa Fe.
Day 3.
We've grilled a lot of people. We zoomed in on them. We zoomed back out. We saw the world's most beautiful horse.
Do you want to go back to the Mongoose Tavern?
Absolutely.
I want to fuck around right now.
D52 to the Mongoose Tavern. Over.
And then I want to see the horse.
Okay.
Privately.
I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting the best of Santa Fe's armchair detectives.
Oh, we have.
Left
Believe
to
you
right,
me.
Carla Vedanta.
Mm-hmm. We know.
Psychic,
we know.
Resident expert.
I just want to talk to our man.
Let's talk to our man.
Cliff, you want to go horseback riding?
Cliff, we found a cool horse. It's got emo hair.
Cliff, wouldn't you think it's romantic, especially if the horse is beautiful?
The horse is very beautiful too.
Witness in forensics. And last but not least, Cliff Lodgepole.
The zoom is
Man
just your
about
guy
Santa
zoom
Fe.
stretching his neck for.
All right, you want to hear from Cliff?
Yeah.
Okay, Cliff, you got something new to say?
If I were you, detective, I'd talk to Wally Chandler. Sells junk out of the back of his truck. Got a little roadside stand at the corner of Los Robles in East Maine. He was in the area of the Tasker home on Tuesday night. Apparently, he saw a vehicle pulling away from there at high speed.
My hair's almost long enough to tie back like that. It's at that annoying state when it's like almost ready.
Oh, I hate that. Good luck.
And all the hairs keep coming out of the ponytail.
Okay, so they're going to say the same thing. Anywhere else we want to visit before we go? Let's see.
Holy crap, what a deal on Ark the Lad. Nice.
Do you want to see what the Seven Arrows Resort looks like? Or
yeah, let's fuck around for the final few minutes.
Yeah, it won't let us go to the horse, it looks like.
Oh, the horse is off limits.
Yeah, Dan's gone.
Can we see Free Tibet?
You want to see her instead?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what Free Tibet looks like.
Proceeding to Free Tibet's residence. Over.
10-4.
All right, she's got a Dreamcast logo out front.
My stomach has been in knots ever since I heard. If anything happens to Randa, I'll just die.
Is that a robot?
It is.
Is that a dead robot?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Smart drink. Yun tea fungus, bilaba root extract. I'm hoping it'll settle my nerves.
Why are you drinking dry ice?
Lady, don't drink the dry ice.
Okay, so...
Do you see the massive chicken in the upper left corner?
Yes.
She has a massive chicken a gaming quality CRT on her table next to a dead robot, and she's drinking witch's brew.
Do you like Free Tibet?
I love Free Tibet.
Okay, so the thing is, we do need to interview her later in the game. So this is a spoiler when we go back, because I am going to do a run back and play.
Let's ask her a couple questions.
Yeah, let's do
She
that,
seems like
please.
an interesting sort of character.
So you're an artist.
You're an artist.
Sculptor, painter, conceptualist. But you're here to talk about Randa, not my art.
That's right.
I still can't believe we haven't heard from her. I keep waiting for Randa to call, spieling some story about alien abduction.
I seriously doubt aliens are involved in this.
Not even illegal ones.
Did you have someone in mind?
You don't really think that Randa's business being burned down and her kidnapping are unrelated, do you? Please, detective. We all know who did this. It was that horrid Christine Bellata woman. Randa caught her red-handed, and instead of pressing charges, she just let her go. That could have been a fatal error.
Look, we're all looking for the guy who did this. We all want to find out who did the kidnapping. None of us know. We want to find this guy.
Please ignore me and my witch's brew. Do you want to ask if Randa's been acting strange? Or do you want to know about Christine Bellata?
I want to know everything.
Okay, let's just ask her everything. Is Randa strange?
Anything in her behavior lately that was out of the ordinary?
She has been really jittery. Preoccupied. When I asked her about it, she just changed the subject.
I want to know what that device right next to her head is that keeps spewing smoke. It's like a percolator, but for dry ice.
It's weird. It's like a sun tea thing, but dry ice is spewing out.
Say your theory is right. Why wouldn't this Christine Bellata have taken her revenge right on the spot?
Maybe she's holding her for ransom. And between us and the lamppost, I wouldn't trust Martin as far as I could throw him. Randa's put up with a hell of a lot from Martin. I think he may have physically abused her.
Yo, yeah. What the fuck?
Is that just a vibe? Or do you have some evidence?
Randa never said it in so many words. But sometimes she'd come over here crying, and if I pressed her for details, she'd clam up.
Do you think she was getting ready to leave her husband?
Never. Randa loved the good life too much. And if they divorced, she would have been left high and dry because of the prenuptial. No way would Randa have given up Martin's money.
Oh, your drink stopped bubbling. Are you sure you still want it? That's probably a vape rig back there.
Can I have it?
Anything stand out in your mind from the anniversary dinner at the Mesa?
Randa was a little high-spirited, spilled champagne all over herself. But you can see for yourself, I was videotaping that night.
Yeah, let's do it.
Morning. You want to have a look?
Yes.
Just sitting here at my table with my dead robot, watching home movies.
So that's the Mesa Cafe.
Dude! Let's all get naked! Woo! Oh my god.
She's drunk.
It's funny. Man, she looks like she has fun.
Yeah.
Well, what do you make of it?
Do you think Randa staged her abduction?
Is it possible that Mrs. Tasker might have staged her own abduction to get away from her husband, maybe even cast suspicion on him at the same time?
It's absurd.
Of course she would have needed someone's help. Mind if I ask where you went after dinner that night?
I went to a midnight showing at the Lensic.
What movie?
Were you watching Lawrence of Arabia? Because that was already rented out. Oh, wait, it's a theater. Never mind. Oh,
Thanks again, Mr.
Guess that's the end.
You mind if I borrow that videotape?
Just so long as I get it back.
She's not getting it back. We're taping over it for The Simpsons.
Thought we were zooming in so we could pick it up with our teeth.
We sure zoom in a lot, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll come back to this because I do want to finish this just like I did with Club Dead.
Holy crap. Well, I don't know if any of y'all got as much out of that as I did, but as a fan of FMV games, the fact that this is all centralized in one particular city in New Mexico and actually cares to, paint a narrative full of all these different conflicting people with their many conflicting facial hairs and conflicting drinking styles. Quite an interesting game, in my opinion. Apparently Riverhill Soft thought so too. And wow, I guess I just have a greater perspective on PC gaming in general. So thank you, Alex.
You're welcome. That was much cooler than I was expecting. I love the horse.
Hey, the second game, they actually figured out how to make more than one take because I didn't see any flubs at all.
Yeah, it was much better this time.
Yeah, it's like the exact same game, just with no flubs. And also that one guy at the bar talks to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted. No flubs, and I wanted to hear from our man, the man about town. Well, there you go. That's what life is like in Santa Fe, courtesy of Santa Fe Mysteries for PC CD-ROM. Wow.
Cool stuff, yeah.
Good stuff. We'll be back on, well, I don't know what this week's schedule is going to look like. There's a lot going on here in Twitchville, so that remains to be seen. I do want to do something on Wednesday, not quite sure what, and there will be a Friday stream this week. I want to do that for sure.
But we are probably not streaming on Twitch on Wednesday.
Yeah, plans to be announced at a later date. As usual, check our Discord for updates. That's where we post the most recent status. Our statuses, you know.
Stati.
What's your status, Alex?
Sweaty.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready to hit the showers.
Yeah.
Folks, thanks for watching. I'm going to look for a raid target. Alex, do a little wrap up for us, won't you?
If you'd like to support us directly, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/retropals. If you pitch in $5 a month, you get a vote on what we play almost every Wednesday. Though again, this Wednesday we're not going to be on Twitch, but we do appreciate your support, and you can support us there if you would like to do so. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/retropalshq, and we post when we go live there, when we've got new videos out, all that good stuff. So do check out our Twitter as well.
Oh my God, is this really happening? I have to click through.
Okay,
no. A few seconds ago, according to the Twitch thumbnail, Flannel Cat was playing Batman Forever for Super Nintendo, and by the time I clicked through, she had already switched to another game, which was definitely the right choice.
Yeah.
So it looks like right now she is playing The Immortal, which is also an excellent game. So go say hi to her. This is the former Glitch Witch. She recently rebranded to be more flannel-oriented. I agree. Good move.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So enjoy that. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.